Alright, welcome into this Elden Ring review. After getting the Platinum, and I went back and did every single boss, I followed the list to do every single boss. I've basically done everything you can in a playthrough. Probably not all side quests, because maybe some things like block other paths, but everything I found online, I've done. I've done everything. Now, let's just talk about it, right? This is like where you start off in the game and stuff like that. Let's just get into it. So the biggest difference from this game to the old Souls games, what is it? It's actually like, I won't say it's the gameplay necessarily, but I would say it's like how you progress, right? How you progress. Now, one of the biggest differences I like from this game, from like the old Bloodborne, Dark Souls games, stuff like that, is before it was like, okay, you get to a boss fight and you rage and you can't beat it, right? You go back, you maybe find something else, you farm, and then you beat it, right? But now it's like, now it's different. Now look at this, it's a perfect example right here. You come across this dragon in the world, right? Just randomly come across a dragon. What do? You try beat it maybe a few times, doesn't work. Just go, you know where it is, right? The dragon's gonna be there in the map. Just don't go there, go around it. Do something else. Oh, you're stuck on a boss? Well, that grace, the bonfire, right? You have it right there. You can teleport any time in the game, right? Okay, I can't beat the boss right now. I'm just gonna do something else. Find dungeon, level up there, find a different weapon, find better armor. Anything else, you can do that easily. That to me, it's like that takes like, instead of having like rage and frustration, it takes like just planning and like being more smart, more efficient how you play the game. Huge difference. And I think here is why people compare it to Breath of the Wild, because you have that freedom. I'm not gonna compare. This is the only time I'm gonna say Breath of the Wild in this review, or this discussion, whatever you want to call it. But I think that's why people compare it to Breath of the Wild, because like, oh, you want to do this? Oh, just do that. Oh, you don't want to do that? Oh, just do this. You just do what you want. It doesn't have a structure, and how you beat a mission, or how you progress, it's 100% up to you. You can just follow the graces, beat the story if you're very good at that, or you should just explore an area for 15 hours if you want to, and just become overpowered if you want to, or farm, or just find different weapons, or just try new things, try new like class setups. You can like reset your stats from a specific point in the game, like 10 times over. You just have to collect a specific item, and that's it for that. That's that. So let's talk about the gameplay. Obviously, the horse and the jump button. Like, I can't, like, in the beginning I was like, maybe not the horse, but once you play with the horse, it's kind of OP, but it's not OP. It's OP in certain areas, but some enemies is like, oh, they can just easily boom like that take you down. So I won't say it's OP in the beginning if you're used to Souls games, but if this is your first Souls-like game, you're gonna find it very useful, I think. Now, jumping is just fun. It's just, there's some weird platforming going on, but I still think it's fun. It's definitely needed. I love the jump button, or jump attack, I mean, where you like jump and then stun them with R2. Love that attack. Huge improvement there in terms of like just how fluid everything is. Now, one thing I will say, every Souls game in the beginning has, like in the beginning of the launch, has like for some reason horrible hit detection. Sekiro had it, Dark Souls 3 had it. I didn't play the other ones at launch, but the two of the ones I did, and I know friends have issue with it in the past. So this one I did have no issues with. I was like, when something hits you, it hits you. Like, you're not gonna be, oh, it's BS, because it hits you. So all those small things that used to like bug me in the beginning or here and there, they fixed. It's like they took the Souls formula and just perfected it in a way. Now, OCT, oh, the music is, it depends how you look at it. I would say it's the best, but man, Bloodborne is like, it's there. Like, it's there. Bloodborne is better in a way where like I would listen to Elden Ring music outside of the game, right, more. Where Bloodborne, I think, fits the game better, if that makes sense. I think both are amazing OCTs in terms of like the best in the Soul series. Like Bloodborne, I feel like for the setting, it's the best one, right? But for like everyday use, or just like listening randomly, like the theme song gets me pumped. Like, actually listen to it in the gym. There's even a gym remix on YouTube for like people know this. That's why like I'm saying it's hype. You have a gym remix on YouTube. You can watch officially, not officially, but like just search it and I listen to that when I work out. That's how good it is. So they're like very very good in their own way, right? Now in terms of like a big talking point for me personally, it's difficulty. Now I would say 95% of the time I died from this game from just falling off the map. Now I would say this: a lot of people are shocked like how fast I beat the game and stuff like that. The first time I played Dark Souls, I think it took me almost 90 hours to beat that game. When I replayed it a few years ago on Switch, when it came out on Switch, I beat Dark Souls in less than 15 hours. What does that tell you? You get used to Souls games. The more you play, like I played Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. Now I didn't beat 2. I got the platinum in 3 though. I beat 1 twice, right? Switch and PC. I hated 2. Don't like it. Platinum 3, love it. Beat it a few times. Bloodborne is like one of the best games last generation. And then Sekiro was amazing. I don't think it's like as good as these other games. It's better than 2 though. But to get the platinum in Sekiro, beat that I think 3 times or twice. I think it's 3 times, yeah. To get the platinum in Sekiro. And then like, here comes Elden Ring. Also, I love Demon Souls on PS5. But that's technically not them, but it is them. Because the original game is them. So, love that game too. That's also like an easier game, Demon Souls PS5, if you want to get started on these games. I would probably recommend that or this, if this is your like first Souls game. But yeah, in terms of like how hard this game is, I'll put it as Demon Souls. This or Demon Souls PS5 is like the easiest one to start with. Probably this one just because how open it is. You go to an area, it's too hard, well just do something else. Or just follow the gravestone path. Or if you just explore more in the area. But there's always like a certain part of the map you haven't unlocked, right? Go there and just find stuff. Like I've been to every dungeon because I have to Google, right, to make sure I had 100%. Because there's no like checklist. I mean, there's the platinum, but the platinum doesn't mean 100%. So I've Googled a checklist, all the bosses I missed, all the areas I missed, all the dungeons I didn't do. I did pretty much all of them except a few ones. But yeah, I explored so much. I love the game. It took me about 68 hours now to get 100%. And then platinum took me just over 50, I think. So somewhere around that. But again, it's because I'm used to the games. I played all the other ones. The first time I played Dark Souls, I'm pretty sure Dark Souls doesn't take 90 hours to beat, but that's how long it took me to beat the first time. Because I didn't know what to do, where to go. I just died. I just literally just died over. And I got frustrated, dropped it, came back, dropped it, came back. My first Souls experience when I played it, it was not fun at all. I did not find it fun at all compared to now. This game, you can make it as hard or as easy as you want to. If this is your first Souls game, don't be ashamed to Google. Like, just OP setup. Like, play with magic. I play with the OP sword. Even though I didn't use it a lot, the flame sword. I just love the Kamehameha stuff. Like, they patched it, but even after the patch, I still use it because it was just cool stuff to do. Like 90% of the time, I liked melee, but I just thought, okay, I have a melee sword that can do 2 cool magic moves. I want to do that because I don't want to use magic. I only done magic once. It was on Demon Souls, my first playthrough. Second one wasn't. When you play the games in melee, I just think it's more fun. Now half the game, or about 1/3 of the game, I did a katana build. Once you can change the once you can reset the your skill points, that's when I switched over to the flame sword. So yeah, love those stuff. Now the areas are probably like there's so like this game is. I don't know how this game is 44 gigabytes on PS5. I'm pretty sure it's similar on other platforms, but like you have under areas, you have over areas, you have this giant map in the game, and it just keeps going. Like you find new areas, you find new secrets. I don't want to spoil like what you find, but like here it comes to a dungeon. You have that in the beginning. You can't travel in the dungeon. You have to find your way through. And I love the dungeons. You know, almost every dungeon, I think, except maybe one. I'm not gonna spoil it. Basically, every dungeon has like this boss in the end. You never know how hard or how easy it's gonna be. Which like it's one of the fun points of the game. So I love the areas. There's way different areas. There isn't like, you know what I'm surprised by? There's not an area where I hate. You know, in Bloodborne, there's that one area, or like in Dark Souls, that poison area. Oh, I hate that area. Because of the horse, right? Because of the horse, I don't think there's a bad area in this game, or like an area that irritates me. That one specific area in Bloodborne, you know, when you just die, I forgot the name of the spell, but like there's enemies where like if you get close to them, the bar just fills and you die. Here at least they have to attack you or like do smoke things. That was just, you get close to it, you die. Bloodborne has so many of those areas where I didn't like. They just irritate me. I just want to run away from them. Here, because of the horse, majority of the areas, so just, hey, you don't like that? Just run away. Same thing with like bosses. Oh, it's too hard, or I feel like I'm not progressing enough. Just run away, do something else. I mean, it's that not simple, but that's how it works. It's very, very freedom in terms of like progression and stuff. Now, let's probably get to the two most important parts, which to me it is lore / story, but lore specifically, because I've been watching a lot of videos, reading a lot of stuff, and let's just say I think it's gonna be a DLC for this game. Not only because it sold 12 million in 2 weeks, but because there's a lot of unanswered questions. Now, to give a backstory here, when I first played Bloodborne, the game was amazing, right? But like, when I look back on it, the top 3 bosses are in DLC, which I think is going to be the same thing here. Now, there are 3 bosses, I would say, in this game that are like very like high tier, that will put in a top 10 Souls game. But Bloodborne has like, when I look at like how many bosses from Bloodborne I would put in a top 10 Souls game, like all the whole Souls franchise, maybe 1 from the main game, maybe, that's just a maybe, but 3 from the DLC. So I was like, here's the same thing. Okay, there's like obviously the end boss, there's Millennia, and there's, you know, the big guy on the horse, right? I don't want to spoil them all in case just someone finds that as a spoiler. Those like stand out to me. But then it's like, what if they do multiple DLCs? Can you imagine if they do 3 DLCs for this game? Bloodborne had 1. I mean, Dark Souls 3 had 2 or 3, right? I had multiple DLCs, I know, because I played them. I just don't remember how many they are. I think this game is going to have at least 2 DLCs. And I think those DLCs are going to push this game beyond, like, maybe even Bloodborne for me. For right now, Bloodborne is 1 for me. This is number 2. But the reason why I can't say a certain game of the year yet, even though I love Horizon Forbidden West, I would put that at my number 1 right now. But the reason why I can't give a 100% like what I like more as of this moment is because I think both Horizon and Elden Ring is going to have DLC for this year even. And usually like From Software DLC is better than the main game. In terms of like bosses, OCT, moments. Like you have Elden Ring, which is, I love this game. Like it's an amazing game. But what if like they just up everything up with each DLC they came out with? That's why I can't give it like 100% like game of the yeah. For now, Horizon is my game of the year, right? I will rate this game a what's it called, a 9 out of 10 for now. But the same thing with what was Bloodborne. When I first played Bloodborne, I was like, this is an amazing 9 out of 10. I don't think it's a masterpiece, you know, because the dungeon was horrible. I hated that dungeon in Bloodborne. But then I played DLC. I was like, holy shit, it takes it up to a 10 out of 10. Similar, I think, just put it like this. After all content is out for Elden Ring, it's a very good chance I'm gonna like it more than Bloodborne as my favorite From Software game. That's why I think it's hard for me to like, especially with God of War coming out, it's hard for me to just say Game of the Year. I mean, it can be a Game of the Year for right now, but like with all these games, there comes content, updates, life of quality improvements, right? So even that life of like one of the worst things about the game is the performance issues on all platforms. It has been patched up, but it's still not perfect. The best way to play this game right now, if you have a PS5, you play the PS4 version in FPS mode. It's locked 60 then. It's still good. Like the PS5 version is still good. It's 60, but it dips a lot. But not enough to where like it irritates me. But I feel like I have to say that still. I think I'm gonna patch it out because the game looks pretty much identical to the PS4 version. And it's locked 60, so why can't the PS5 version be locked? You know, and on PC I've seen all the issues, and he has improved. I've seen the patch notes and stuff like that. Yeah, there's that. So an amazing game. I I really hope we get to see some DLC from this game. Now, note they sold 12 million in 2 weeks. I think they're gonna have 3 DLCs. I think Elden Ring 2 is gonna come out, maybe make a trilogy out of it. I mean, if you're them, right? Even if he doesn't want to make more games after 2, I think that at least 2. Yeah, you just at least one more game and all DLCs. But most importantly, from the lore perspective, there's so much unanswered that I think even DLCs might not answer all those things. But I want to know more. Like, the lore is very good. I think still Bloodborne has the best lore, but that's a complete lore. This is not complete yet in terms of like what has happened and just how far everything goes. And you know, I don't want to go into detail about stuff because this is a spoiler-free video. I'm even using the official preview gameplay from November to make sure no one gets spoiled. But yeah, very good game. I mean, like, amazing game. And I just think, for me to call it a masterpiece, like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, I think I'm gonna do that after all the DLCs are out. For now, there's nothing planned. I mean, this game is like, there's a small part of me that's maybe like, okay, is it gonna be DLC because it's so huge? But if by the DLC comes out, this game is gonna have sold 20 million copies, and then you have like maybe millions and millions of people get the DLC 1, DLC 2, DLC maybe not season pass, but the the whole package of all DLCs. Yeah, and then you set up Elden Ring 2, which I hope it is. I hope they're gonna. For now, why not make Elden Ring trilogy just like you did with Dark Souls trilogy? Or is this gonna be a Bloodborne situation where, I mean, we don't know if there's gonna be Bloodborne 2. Probably not, but you never know. Or just make a one-off game. I think this game is too successful to make a one-off game. 12 million in 2 weeks. New IP, full price sold. Majority are digital sales. I mean, they have made probably what? Let me see in my head. With all the deluxe edition, collector edition, they probably made over half a billion profit after the budget from this game alone in the first 2 weeks. They expected the game to sell 4 million by the end of March. By like what, middle of March, less than middle of March, the game sold 4 times as much. No, actually, 3 times as much. I mean, it's probably going to be 4 times as much by end of March. 60 million, right? Or around 15, 60 million. So, yeah. Absolutely amazing game. I can't wait for more. I'm probably going to buy the... one thing I hate when you buy the PS5 version on disc is you can't play the PS4 version. So, I want to replay the whole game with a new build. But it's gonna be another platinum though, so I can play the locked 16 on PS4 version on PS5. But yeah, that's the review. In terms of like, I asked the question, like, it wasn't a lot of questions, but like people asked how you beat it so fast. Usually, it's because I didn't die a lot. I mean, I just didn't. Same with like all the like every time I play a Souls game, every time I play a new Souls game, the less I die compared to like the first time when I played. So I always say to people, the hardest Souls game is most likely your first Souls game. What me was Dark Souls 1. Because it's the first experience you have in this world, in this, like, just everything, right? So, yeah. Well, here we go. Look at that. Thank you for watching. Actually, let me pause that. It's perfect right there. But yeah, I made sure not to use any, like, official or, like, spoiler gameplay. It's hard to spoil this game because it's kind of like, I understand the story, but I had to like confirm some things that, oh, okay, yeah, it was like this. Oh, this wasn't like that. Oh, this did this and here and this and that. And there's a few dialogue options I missed because I didn't go to a specific place at one point because I beat another boss and stuff like that. So with these games, like, I usually understand the story, but I have to have a lot of things confirmed for me afterwards because you can miss some things. But yeah, that's it for review. It's a lengthy one. Holy shit, almost 20 minutes. But I mean, again, that's what happens when you have so much to talk about. So, hey, if you stuck around, thank you so much for sticking out the whole video. It means a lot to me that you watched. That's all I want. Like if you wanna like the video. I actually didn't know this, how important liking the video is, until I actually found out about the algorithm, like how it works on YouTube. So if you like the video, just like it, or don't. It doesn't, like, it just helps me out. So thank you for watching, and that's it. Actually, let's make this into 20 minutes. So 10 more seconds, because I think like having a 20-minute video is kind of cooler. Oh, just to answer the last question. Do I recommend buying this game? Yeah, I mean, I posted like 40 clips on Twitter and screenshots. Obviously, I recommend it. Like, how often do I share anything that I don't like? But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next.